You're watching Local 44 Morning Brew, local news that matters.
At this place in history, we're in Burlington, down on the waterfront, with the Executive Director of the Vermont Historical Society, Steve Perkins. What brings us down here on this cold, wintry day?
Right here at the foot of College Street, we're right next to Echo. They had some wonderful carnivals back in the 19th century. So we're going to go warm up and talk to Victoria Hughes from the Vermont Historical Society and learn all about Burlington's Winter Carnival.
What was the Winter Carnival in Burlington, and when did it take place?
It was a carnival that took place for 2 years, in 1886 and 1887, and it was organized by the Burlington Coasting Club as a way to introduce Vermonters to healthy winter sports. But it was inspired by the Montreal Winter Carnival, which had thousands and thousands of people that went up to Montreal starting in 1884. And so in Burlington, they decided to copy it in 1886, in part perhaps because the Montreal Carnival was canceled that year because of a smallpox epidemic.
What activities were offered?
There was coasting down the hill, there was ice skating, they called it fancy skating, there was tobogganing, there were parades and processions, there were concerts, there was hockey, there was ice yachting and ice boating and trotting races and snowshoe races. The Russian slide was about 60 feet high, and they said the track was about 1,000 feet long if you went all the way. Wow. And sliding on the ice, the frozen ice, towards the breakwater.
Wow, what an adrenaline rush. That sounds crazy.
Well, this was the small one. The big coasting was down Main Street. And so you started at the top near the University of Vermont, and you got on the traverse. You started at the top of the hill, and you went down to the bottom of the hill. This picture is at Church Street here. And they estimated that the sleds got up to about 80 miles per hour going down the iced road. They intentionally iced the road to make it icier and have people go really fast down a hill.
So Victoria, we keep talking about coasting and traverses. What exactly is a traverse?
It is about 15 to 20 feet long, and it's a sled that people sit on. Some of the descriptions said they were upholstered, they had plush fabric, or they had silk on them. It was sort of the wealthier people who had these, but during the carnival they shared them with the public, so anybody could take a ride. But people would sit all together, and they would wear their coasting costumes, which seemed to be modeled somewhat after the costumes that they would wear in Montreal. So they had red belts, and they kept calling them toques, and the Burlington newspapers advertised toques for sale, so you could buy your knit caps and wear your bright, colorful clothes.
So why only 2 years? What happened?
So they did it again in 1887. The carnival happened in Montreal again that year. So the newspapers reported that there were a lot of people who came to the carnival, but they kept talking about how many people, so it kind of sounded like maybe there weren't as many as there were supposed to be. And it took a lot of organizing. The Coasting Club had 300 members in 1886, but it seems like it was, such an effort that they only did it twice, and the next year they said it was in hibernation.
Sliding down Main Street.
At this place in history.
You're watching Local 44 Morning Brew with Megan Carpenter, Pollokseni Manjari, Spencer Thomas, and Skytracker meteorologist Amanda Tebow. This is Local 44 Morning Brew.